All right, B-Mac Foundation Magazine. We're here with Jadakiss. What's good, man?
Ain't nothing, you know, just grinding. Same old, grinding out, baby. April 7th, last kiss.
All right, man. So what's on this next album, man? What's different than any other music you've done, man? What is this about this album that's going to be different, that's going to draw the people?
Nothing too much, you know what I mean? If you're a Jada fan, a Lox fan, you're going to love it. If you're a new fan, you're going to love it.
Okay.
It's just different music than what's out there.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? No funny money, no ringtone, no audio tune, none of that.
No auto
It's
tune,
90s.
none of that?
It's like 90s music.
All right, no doubt we need that, man. So we've been big fans, man, since the Jack the Rapper competition you did down in Florida. You know what I'm saying? When you won that, met, you know, what special happened that day, man? Who'd you meet that really made things different for you? A lot of people don't know about that, you know what I'm saying?
That was Rough Riders, though. They brought us there to do that.
Okay.
So that was just a matter of grinding out from the beginning and just working your way up. This is a game that ain't gonna happen overnight. Might not happen over 5 years. It might not happen over 10 years.
Right.
But you gotta keep going hard. You know what I mean? You gotta have something else to do on the side until your number is called.
Okay. So Foundation's the only mixtape magazine out, you know what I'm saying? So we specifically deal with the mixtape game, man. So how is that really, obviously we all know you're like the mixtape champion, man. How has that really influenced your career?
Oh, you know where we come from, you gotta serve the people. And with some of your spare time, you just feel like ventilating in the studio, which turns into freestyles or songs that don't get used, and you give them out to the people. You make mixtapes, you know what I mean? It's really like to serve out people. But now the game got so big with the internet, they spread out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just, even now you got to do mixtapes. You got to put some music on the site, on the net, and make your album. So it makes the challenge that much harder, but it's a beautiful challenge.
So you think the mixtape game is different than what it was? I mean, coming up in the 90s, obviously that was like the #1 only way to get on, was you had to get on the mixtapes, jump on, create the relationships with the DJs. What's different today? You know what I'm saying? What kind of different approach?
The internet. You could create traffic to, if you have a site and you create traffic to your site, you could get a deal without never even getting on a mixtape. You know what I mean? If your MySpace is jumping, your Facebook, whatever you got, if it's jumping, they got people in the offices checking for that.
Right.
There's somebody in the office just checking for who got the most pop in his MySpace, and then they send somebody to you and find you and bring you for a meeting. So that's what's new, you know what I mean?
So did Green approach you to do this latest mixtape, man, the Championship Part 2?
We hooked up. I reached out to Green, you know what I mean, just to clear the air. Because I'm about to get a lot of money on this album. Right. So I just didn't want to have no enemies, because that wouldn't be good for whoever's my enemy for this album. Right. So I took the initiative, to clear the air. Okay. You know what I mean?
Which one you like better personally, the first Chambers here or this one?
I like them both because they both serve a different purpose, you know what I mean? The first one hurt my album sales. Right. Yeah, so I had to make it, I couldn't give you as much, but I got another one coming, you know what I mean, just to keep the series going. You got another one I learned from the first one, you know.
Is that
you know what I mean? You got to give them just enough, right. You know what I mean?
Is that going to be the Part 3 or is it going to be the whole different
that'd
deal?
Be Part 2, that'd be Part 3,
Right.
My fault, Part 3,
So how'd you link with Jay, man? Obviously, especially here in Philly.
He just called me. Hove hollered at me to come over there and get some of that money he had over there at Def Jam. So it was that easy. Now, you know what I mean? It got to the point where he would start calling me saying, you don't want my money? My money ain't good enough for you? So, you know, we just made it happen.
Now, is it all jammed up at all, being as though he's not with Def Jam?
Nah, because I ain't a new artist. Like, I don't really need him to, I don't want them all over my singles or want them to, you know, I don't need them to be there in the studio. I need them for some other stuff that you wouldn't know about, like big Rockaware deals and, you know what I mean, some of them Rock Nation tours and just some other stuff, like to get me over the hump in my career, you know what I mean? Opposed to a new artist that need them to break them. You gotta hear them everywhere with them, you know what I mean? I came in the game standing on my own with Big, Hove, The Woo, so you know, I ain't looking for that. I'm good in the studio. It's outside of the studio that the people don't know about, where you need, you know what I mean?
What do you think about hip hop today? I mean, personally, My thing's kind of fucked up out here. You know what
Definitely
I mean?
fucked up. You know, it ain't hard to, you just turn on the radio and you can hear that it's fucked up. But, you know, it's for the artist to get it back. Right. You can't keep complaining. We got to start putting out projects, and then it shit'll get back to how you want it to be. Right, because I see only way to correct the problem is fix it yourself. You know what I mean? That's how I felt. Tired of hearing this shit. Let me go in the studio and make something that I want to hear. Right. So that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I seen the interview you and the Lock still with DJ Enough, just talking about how when y'all came on, how Kane and Rakim and these dudes would give you dash for just making the music, even though it was different than what they were doing. It was still, you know, still gutter music, good. It was street music, and talk about how it's different today. You see a lot of artists come, man, and someone's like,
game's open right now. It's wide open. It's easier than ever to get a deal right now. Okay. If you've been waiting for 100 years to get signed, now is it's your time. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you got to take advantage while you could get in, but it's gonna get back to a chance, to a time where if you ain't spitting, if you ain't solid, they gonna get you out of here.
Right, because the game's a little flooded. You know what I mean? I know definitely. At least our magazine, I get 1,000 mixtapes a month. You know what I'm saying? And I'd say 90% of them are garbage. You know what I'm saying? So, so what else you got going on besides the album, man? Obviously,
TV show. You know, I got a TV show coming on BET where I'm going around the Philly, Miami, Atlanta, Cali, picking some contestants, males and females, and bring them back up to YO, put them in the house, and live in the house to compete to become my next DJ. Okay. You know what I mean? So BET just gave me a nice grip for that. I'm about to shoot a movie in the end of the month, a Clifton Powell joint in Orlando with, what's his name, Ed Harris. Ed Harris. From The Wire.
Was that Ed Harris?
Wood. That's Wood. Ed Harris is the white guy. Excuse me, Wood. You know what I mean? Yeah. So him, I think Jamie, which is Marlo, a couple other dudes. But yeah, and then I'm gonna do some voiceover stuff, you know, cartoons. You might hear me on the new Shrek, my voice. You know what I mean? Get the guts out of that, couple Billy out of that, and then, you know, whatever's next. We got the D Block compilation coming in May. Then we got that new Locks order, the new Locks album coming at the end of August, so you can get your ears back. Your ears could come back. Yeah, we need that. Yeah, you can let your ears exhale.
Okay. So who'd be Jadakiss's top 5 dead or alive besides Jadakiss?
I listen to everything, truthfully. But I mean, I gotta say Big, Pac, Hove, Nas. Is that 4?
That's 4.
Styles.
Styles P?
Yeah, that's my personal. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, a lot of people agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, if you got real ears, because a lot of, you can cop ears offline now.
Right.
So, that seemed like what's happening, but, you know, it's all good. April 7th, baby, the last kiss.
All right, man, so.
Foundation.
You got a clothing line coming out?
Nah. I know people was picky about gear. You know what I mean? So I know how I am about gear. So I don't, you know, if I did a clothing line, it had to be high end. Right. And I'm from the hood. It's a recession. Can't afford high end. Right. So why would I do that?
Right. So what do you think about the? I mean, I watch a lot of these video sites and shit, right? And you see a lot of rap beef today is video. There ain't a whole lot of rapping going on.
I mean, beef in hip hop is therapeutic because that's how it been in the beginning since Busy B and all them, Kumo D, LL. But I just feel you keep it music. If you putting out bars at each other every day, that's good. Right. You know what I mean? But if it gets hands on, you guys, everybody with a camera gonna act like they never had nothing to do with it. Right. So that's why I should stay musical. Right. But now with the internet, you see you can make it visual, which could get a little crazy. But beef is good in music as long as it stays on music. Right. You know what I mean? All right. That's all I can say.
All right, well, there it is, man.
Yeah, this is your boy Jadakiss, the D Block General, you know what I mean? Call me whatever you want, just don't call me broke. Just don't call me collect. Get your minutes right if you're in the feds, you know what I mean? Get your call cards right. But right now, you're checking out Foundation Magazine. It's important to know what the foundation is, you heard? Jadakiss Foundation Magazine, holla.